Okay, today we're going to do a melt and pour soap because I'm in the mood for melt and pour. So our fragrance oil today is a honeysuckle by Brambleberry, well loved honeysuckle. All right, so the reason I'm making this soap, guys, my husband made this really cool mold using his 3D printer, and he made for me a column mold with, what is that? That's right, a hummingbird. So I'm gonna make this in bed. It's pretty big, but he made this, and then I made the column mold using two substances put together that made kind of a plasticky. I'll put that. See, here's the other one. See, look at how cool is that? Hummingbirds. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the bottom here, I've got a soap mat, which should be really cool with the melt and pour. And then I've also got, look at these. I've got little purpley roses. There are purple roses. I've seen them. See, look. Purple roses. Purple roses. And I'm going to make it so that the birds are sticking their snouts in it. I'm going to try to. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put these, I want this part to be the top of the soap, because when you use soap mats, most of the time you put the soap mat on the bottom and make that part the top of the soap. So I'm going to put these in kind of upside down here. So the beak is down actually in the bottom of the soap. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Put it kind of in the bottom. Now you can see the sad thing about it. See, my column's not quite long enough. Oh well, that's okay. I always have to have pieces from these that are mine, you know, why not? All right, so I got two different color hummingbirds in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some nice blue melt and pour soap, light blue, and pour it around. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, I got a melt and pour soap. I have to melt down about 2.5 pounds here. So I'm going to start slowly putting it in here and stirring it up. So you guys, let's talk about ready. What's going on in the news? I wonder if anybody knows what that is. The COVID virus, coronavirus, ding, 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 ding. Oh my land. I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. They have closed down the school systems. The state of North Carolina was closed down. All the schools are closed down. So again, you know, the superintendent of schools in the state of North Carolina got online yesterday during the press conference and said, don't know what all this means for you teachers, but we'll let you know as we figure it out. Okay. So this weekend, you know, instead of doing all kinds of lesson plans like I would normally do, I didn't, because I don't know what all that's going to look like as a teacher. You know, everyone's talking about online learning. Okay, cool. What's that look like for a first grader? It all remains, I don't know. Am I going to start a new YouTube channel about, you know, teaching my kids? I don't know what that's going to look like. Because honestly, some of my kids I don't think have computers or internet. They have phones. So maybe they can get it on that, but I don't know what all this is going to look like. Tomorrow, we are going into school for a teacher work day, and I guess we'll have a meeting and they'll tell us. We may be delivering food to kids for all I know. I know our state superintendent has talked about using bus drivers to get food to kids. So the bus drivers, you know, are working, and then obviously needs are taken care of. That's a cool idea. But I honestly don't have any idea what all this is going to look like. No clue as to what all this is going to look like in the end. How is it going to affect testing in the state? We are a week out. We were a week out from finishing our third quarter. So at the end of every quarter, even first graders have tests, large math tests and such at the end in North Carolina. I was set to give that next week. Don't know what we're going to do about that. So everything is a great big question mark right now. So here's what I know. The God that I serve is still in control. You know what COVID-19 stands for, folks? Christ over viruses and infectious disease. That's what it means, and that's what I'm going to keep it at. So, Christ over viruses and infectious disease. Things are a ghost town here. It's just very strange. I've never dealt with anything like this ever. So, I think people are wigging out. I think we need to calm down and quit panicking. I think we should be concerned, but I don't think we should necessarily be worrying so much. You know, we've had two confirmed cases here in Mecklenburg County where I teach, but that's what we've had so far. So anyway, weird stuff going on these days. So here's what I'm going to do next. Ready? The hard part of this was making all these embeds. The easy part of this is pouring soap in. So what I'm going to start off by doing is pouring in this blue soap. I tried to make it super light blue so that all the other colors could be seen in it. So we're going to attempt to do this without dumping it. Here we go. Moving on. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to place these in upside down. And why is that? Because my top layer is the bottom and the bottom is the top. And I want my hummingbirds to be in the midst of the flowers. So we shall see how this looks, from the top. I think this dark purple should be pretty. So my husband just got back from Walmart. He said all of the aisle with all the decongestants and the cough syrups and all that stuff, empty, all of it. Mucinex, no Mucinex, none of that stuff. It is all empty. No milk. Went to Aldi's yesterday. No milk at Aldi's. Yeah. So interesting, folks. Interesting. So you need to get all this done. So anywho, so why am I making this soap? Kind of keep it on the low with my husband because this is kind of a sensitive subject. Adrian's mother loved hummingbirds. She loved them. And she passed away of brain cancer in 2015. Oh, look at that. I measured correctly. Hot diggity dog. So, what was I saying? He's in the other room, so I'm trying to be kind of quiet. So, anyway, she died of brain cancer. Now, here's the interesting thing about the brain cancer. She died of brain cancer that had been, it was a skin cancer that has gone to the brain. So when she was in her 20s, early 30s, she had a melanoma cancer taken off her leg. Melanoma, it's the only kind of cancer she had ever had. Evidently the melanoma cancer had suddenly gone to her brain at the age, well, she was in her 60s when that took place. So it went into the brain, and she lived through that for 3 years. Melanoma cancer, if you look at the survival rates with that type of cancer, you have 3 to 6 months. She lived 3 years with it. So it started in the brain. They took care of that using laser brain technology surgery type deal. She went through that 3 times. But then after 3 years, it had gone to all parts of the body. She was not in any kind of pain, though. I was there the day she died. I watched her pass. And she's the one and only person I've ever had to watch. pass. But it was very peaceful. She was on no kind of pain medications of any kind. She just passed. So very peaceful, very peaceful. So in honor of her, I am making this soap with hummingbirds in it because she love hummingbirds. So guys, in the midst of all of this, there's so much hurt in the world. Take care of each other. Take care of each other. Think about what you say. And be tactful in the way you say things. We'll come back here in a little bit for the cutting of this soap. Nice, number 2.
Ooh.
It smells really good too, doesn't it, Eli?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can see.
Oh, wow.
It's impressionistic. It's impressionistic soap. All right, here's the next one. We're about to get into the new color. We got 2 colors of birds in here. There's another one. Oh, no, that's clear. Oh, that's cool looking. That's cool.
That's probably the best one yet.
Oh, thank you, my love bug. So how do you feel about not going to school for the next 2 weeks?
Happy! Let's go!
My hummingbird soap. Honey. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that one.
Oh my gosh. And that's clear too.
Getting clear. Look how cool that is. It's Donna Taylor's hummingbird soap.
Donna?
Yeah, it's Grandma's. This is in honor of your grandma. Impressionistic. That's very pretty. I'm digging it.
You're cutting the last.
Well, it's the second to the last one. But so you have 2 different colors here. Did you notice that? I have 2 different colors of hummingbirds.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool? Like it's all. Isn't that pretty? Here, turn it this way a little bit. So we get into the light more. There we go.